Well, all right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hot Seat Automotive Podcast. It's your buddy CJ here. And tonight, we're talking about all things automotive industry, the car guy hobby, cars, all the things that real gearheads are interested in talking about. Real Gearhead Talk. This is the place to be for that real gearhead talk. Welcome back to all my subscribers. Guys, you know I love each and every one of you. I'm so grateful for you. If you're new to the channel, please give me a like and subscribe. Your buddy CJ is just like you. I'm a supercar guy all my life. Everything, classics, muscle cars, exotic cars, sports cars. I've had them all. And I continue having them all together with you and experiencing them all as much as I can. Guys, in all seriousness, welcome. We're going to have a fun episode tonight. We're 2 months out from the Hot Rod Power Tour, and your buddy CJ is just so excited. This will be my third Hot Rod Power Tour, and I've done all kinds of motorsports and automotive events and road trips and rallies over the years, so I want to share my top tips. I'm going to give you the pro tips. Real Gearhead Talk tonight. Let me tell you something. This is the video to watch. Your buddy CJ is going to give you them pro tips, them things that maybe not everybody else is willing to say. I'm going to say it. I'm a big fan of the Hot Rod Power Tour, but I'm also a realist, all right? And I'm going to tell you like it is. Now, I've got a whole other video I did a couple months back when they first announced the Hot Rod Power Tour 2024 itinerary, okay? When they first announced the overall, the overall plan, the overall schedule, and they put the tickets on sale. So watch out for that video. I'll link it to this one, okay? But check out my channel. I did like a 45-minute or 60-minute video on that, and I went through a lot of detail, okay? But tonight's video is going to be much more short. I'll get right to the point. Your buddy CJ will just get right to it. I won't give you a lot of that lip service. Come on, CJ, right? Just go straight to the pro tips, and that's what I'm fitting to do. Because let me tell you something. We're gearheads, aren't we? Sorry, just adjusting my lamp here. But in all seriousness, we're gearheads, right? We love to have fun. We love to have a good time. And the Hot Rod Power Tour, guys, is the adventure of a lifetime for car guys. I got to be honest with you. It's one of the more fun, better things I've done in, over the decades of being a car guy. I've really enjoyed it. And I want to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly with the Hot Rod Power Tour. And I want to give you my pro tips. Let's get right to it. So as you know, here on this channel, what we do, Hot Seat Automotive Podcast, we look at things together. Hot Rod Power Tour 2024. First things first, we're talking about June 10th through June 14th. Now, pro tip number one. If you're Platinum Club or Gold Club or a long hauler, check out the website because you may be eligible for early credential pickup. That's your badge, if you will, your credential and your badge for getting into the various venues, for getting your punches as a long hauler at each stop. You can pick those up a day early if you're eligible. Go to the website, look at your registration. Did you sign up for Platinum, Gold, long hauler? Day pass may not be eligible. Okay, so that's sort of your first point of focus. Make sure you understand what package you bought. If you haven't bought a ticket yet, go to the website. Listen, a lot of things are sold out. You can still participate in the Hot Rod Power Tour. Your buddy CJ is going to tell you it's not too late. You can still have a heck of a time on Hot Rod Power Tour 2024. You can meet up with your buddy CJ on the road. We're going to find each other. Come on, people. We're going to have fun this year. But let me tell you something. Certain things are sold out, real talk. Platinum Club, Gold, long haulers are probably long sold out. But don't get confused by any of that. What's all these buzzwords, CJ? Come on. Hot Rod Power Tour, you can actively participate. You can show up at each of the venues. Okay, you can buy a day pass. You can go as a spectator. You can do a lot of different things. You can follow the route, book your hotels. You can do all of those things, even if you haven't registered yet. It's not too late. Okay, what is the Hot Rod Power Tour? That's a good question. Let me just put it in my own words. Hot Rod Power Tour is a traveling car show with 3,000 plus of your closest car guy buddies. And I don't know, I've seen estimates all over the boards. Don't ask me. Leave me comments if you've got a better estimate than I have. I've seen estimates all over the boards for how many cars and how many participants there are and attendees every year. I don't know. Call it 3,000. Call it 5,000. It's thousands. You will be on the road for about a week, June 10th through June 14th. If you do the whole thing, your buddy CJ is, okay? It's a traveling car show. It's a road trip coupled with a daily car show at a major venue, okay? Where you're going to get the best of an adventure on the road, 80% or more classic cars doing the Hot Rod Power Tour. Hello, it started out with Hot Rod 30 years ago. But I'd say your buddy CJ's estimate, about 20% of the cars are everything else. You'll have some imports. You'll have some modern muscle. You'll have sports cars. I'm probably going to bring my C8 Corvette again, unless I buy something different to bring on the tour. I'll probably bring the C8 Corvette this year. You don't have to have a hot rod, okay? I consider my C8 Corvette a hot rod. You guys can't tell me it's not. You don't get to define what a hot rod is. Come on, we got to have fun tonight. But in all seriousness, there'll be a lot of classics, probably 80% classics and hot rods. That's just my number. On the road every day, starting from your hotel in the morning. There's a route. There's an official route, and it's all Americana on these routes. You can either follow the official route, and you'll see tons of cars, and you'll go through the highways and the byways, the little towns, people waving in lawn chairs and flying the American flag. It's pretty cool. I say it all the time. On the Hot Rod Power Tour, every gas station is a car show along the route. Real talk. Every rest area becomes a car show. All the restaurants along the road will become a car show. It's an experience not to be missed, people. So this is all the upside. And then each venue every day, for those that don't know, is a massive car show. All the attendees, spectators are welcome as well. There's a midway, there's vendors on display, there's entertainment, there's music. And at the speedways and the raceways, there'll typically be drag racing, which if you're a paid participant, you can participate in. We'll talk about some of the pro tips on that. And then sometimes there's a road course, okay, that you can participate in and run some laps in. So lots of fun to be had, and I want to get right into the pro tips pretty quick. But before I do, guys, I want to just talk about the stops. So I've got a graphic here for us to look at this year's stops and overall tour schedule together. So here we go. Check it out. And this is all available on the Hot Rod Power Tour 2024 website. But your buddy CJ is going to go over it with you because you know I'm always looking out for you, and I love each and every one of you. And I'm a veteran of the Hot Rod Power Tour. Yeah, I know. Some of you guys have been doing it 10, 15, 20 years. You've done it for 25 years. Look, I know. Go ahead. Rub it in my face. You're more experienced. But your buddy CJ is going to tell you my experience and my pro tips as a guy who's done it for a couple years now. And I'm a bit of a realist, and I always tell it like it is. And I'm going to tell you what I think. And hopefully it's helpful, particularly if you're new to the Hot Rod Power Tour. I want you to have a good time. All I want is for you to have a good time. And you know your buddy CJ fitting to have a good time. But check it out, guys. I was telling you, 30th Annual Hot Rod Power Tour 2024 official schedule. Again, kickoff day is Monday, June 10th in Bowling Green, Kentucky at the Beach Bend Raceway. But again, there's an extra day there, June 9th. Depending on what type of package you have or have not bought, you can go a day early and pick up your credential. There's no official events on that day, but it's another hangout. Let's call it like it is. You get that out of the way, then you got all day Monday to just hang out. So there's that. Day 2 is really the first day on the road. We head into Nashville Super Speedway in Lebanon, Tennessee. So that's Tuesday, June 11th. Now, I will tell you that it's been my experience on the Hot Rod Power Tour. The best days are at the speedways and the raceways. That's where you got just more of a motorsports vibe. They seem to do better at getting people in and out. We'll talk about that in a minute. Day 3, Wednesday, June 12th, at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky. All right, we're going to Louisville. Having said that, that's not a motorsports location. It's like a football and baseball stadium, okay? So that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't think there's going to be drag racing. There's not going to be a road course. It's just a big car show, and it's fitting to be hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my experience, some of these stadiums and fairgrounds we've done in the past, it's still a good time. Don't get me wrong. I'm on vacation. I'll be having fun. I'll be looking for you. We'd be hanging out. We'd be checking out cars, getting a little beverage, a little food, okay? Checking out the midway and the entertainment and all that happy stuff, right? But you won't have the drag racing. You won't have the super cool venue with the motorsports heritage. It just is what it is. And generally speaking, I've more thoroughly enjoyed the motorsports themed stops. You know what I'm saying? The speedways, the raceways. But anyway, that's day 3. Now, day 4, we in Ohio, National Trail Raceway. Okay, that's Thursday, June 13th. And then we wrapping up day 5, Friday, June 14th, Lucas Oil, Indianapolis Raceway Park in Indy. We going to Indy, motorsports capital. What, are you kidding me? We finna have a good time. So I'm super excited, okay? I'm super excited. These are the stops. This is the route. Now, let's get into the pro tips. Who's ready? Who's ready for the pro tips? Coming from your buddy CJ, Hot Rod Power Tour. Now, let me tell you something. If you experience the Hot Rod Power Tour, you better leave those comments because you may have better pro tips than CJ. Is it possible? Is it possible that you guys know more than me? Of course it is. Guys, all in good fun. Leave those comments with your pro tips, or if you have other questions, I'll get them answered. You know your buddy CJ always responds to all the comments that I can, time allowing. But guys, let's get right back to it. Let me get into some pro tips, but I also want to look at some fun photos while we do it. So check this out. This is right out of last year's Hot Rod Power Tour. Look, the drag racing. For any event, for any venue that has drag racing and you want to participate, bring a helmet and bring long pants. Let me say it again. Bring a helmet and bring long pants. Throw it in the trunk, because this wasn't really communicated clearly to everyone in my experience. Maybe it was in the fine print. Maybe there were announcements. There are a lot of people running around the venues. The couple of years I went, oh, I don't have the helmet. Oh, I don't have long pants. And then you find out you need that. I'll be honest with you. I was at Charlotte Motor Speedway last year. I was running that quarter mile, but I didn't bring long pants. So me and a couple of my buddies were sharing sweatpants. Yeah, it was awkward. All right. But listen, don't be in that situation. This year, I'm bringing a pair of sweatpants I pull right on if I decide I want to drag race. And this way here, I have them. Okay. Now, I understand some drag strips even require long sleeves. That didn't come up. That's up to you. Maybe bring a long sleeve shirt as well. Okay. Bring a helmet. You might be able to borrow a helmet from a buddy, but you may not. And hey, it's in the summer and it's kind of gross and sweaty. So bring your own helmet. That's what I'm fitting to do. So those are a couple pro tips there with the drag racing. All right, let's keep going, guys. Okay, guys, let's keep going. The best thing about the Hot Rod Power Tour, I claim, is the driving. The adventure is in the driving. But I got to be real with you. Real talk. Bring your patience. This is pro tip number 2. Guys, come into this knowing that there's going to be traffic and you're going to wait in some serious lines on the Hot Rod Power Tour. And anyone who hasn't told you that, they ain't telling you straight. Your buddy CJ is going to tell you, be ready to be sitting in massive and significant lines with your car and potentially to buy t-shirts. Okay? Registration. I hope they do it right this year. A couple of years ago wasn't so great. People were out there in the sun, borderline passing out. I'm just being real with you. Last year was really good, 2023. I thought they did better, but that doesn't mean there weren't lines getting into some of these venues each day. You go like hell driving, no traffic, you're good, smooth, seeing all the cars as is illustrated here in this photo, waving to everybody. then you get to one of these speedway locations or whatever, and there's lines, major lines. Be ready for it. Bring your patience. If you don't like, yeah, well, I shouldn't say that. Nobody likes traffic. But if you got a real bugaboo with traffic and you're going to have a meltdown every time there's traffic, don't go. I will tell you, do not go on Hot Rod Power Tour if either your car can't handle the heat of sitting there idling and creeping along in the hot summer, or if you are the type of person who's going to be stressed out about it. Don't go. Do something else. I'm serious. Now, there are ways around it. You can go super early. You can go super late. Maybe you do a little bit better in the day. I usually go early, okay? I happen to do the Platinum Club. So Platinum Club has its own entrance and all this. We still wait in line sometimes. And there's still traffic going into some of these venues. I don't care what package you have, okay? So you got to be ready for it. Bring your patience. Prepare for traffic. Prepare for lines, for everything. Okay? It's a crowd. It's a major event. There are going to be thousands of people, thousands of cars. Okay? So super important stuff. Let's keep going. Okay? Guys, I don't know about you, but I like looking at some of this stuff together. And I like talking about these pro tips because I want you to have a great time. And I kind of wish, I'd known some of these things going into it, I talked about the raceway venues. The speedway venues are my favorite. There are usually road courses you can participate in. You can see that here. Again, bring a helmet, bring long pants. You can assign a waiver and do all those other things. A couple of other pro tips I want to give you. Bring lawn chairs. Bring lawn chairs. You and your buddy, you and your wife, whatever. You're going solo. Bring a folding chair too. You'll need it, okay? Because every parking lot, every hotel that you go to, after everybody checks in for the night and maybe gets dinner or whatever, every parking lot becomes a hangout at every hotel. Everybody's down there in their lawn chair. Who's having a couple beers, sodas, whatever. They got the music playing. Who's got the tunes jamming? Guys out there working on their cars, just sitting there shooting the breeze, meeting people, checking out what's what. Bring lawn chairs. Now, if you're going to hang out during the day at the venues, I've seen people bring like the 10-foot collapsible tents. I don't know what the official ruling is on that. I've never seen anybody forced to take them down. As a matter of fact, I've seen a lot of people with like those 10-foot, 12-foot tents, whatever. That's on you if you want to bring it. I will not bring a tent this year, but that precipitates to my next pro tip, which is bring sunblock. Whoa, your buddy CJ is saying bring a hat and or sunblock because 2022, 2023, that sun was strong. Now we going from the southeast up into Ohio, Indiana. It'll be a little bit different, but it's still the summer, okay? You're going to need that sunblock. You're going to need to stay hydrated. Don't forget the sunblock. You don't want to come out of there all burned up looking like a lobster. Come on. So that's another pro tip. Now, a couple other things, guys. In terms of getting your car ready in general, listen, you're going to be traveling 1,000, 1,500, 1,800 miles in the course of 5 days. Maybe you got a classic car that's kind of a weekend cruiser, okay? Of course, there's a lot you need to do. You need to go through the car. You need to have the shakedown. You need to get it ready. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all the things to do to your hot rod. You know better than your buddy CJ. All I'm going to tell you is, and you hear all this talk about my plan A car, but then that breaks down or I can't get it ready in time. Now I'm at my plan B car, which could be your daily, could be your minivan, okay? Could be your late model Dodge Charger, Challenger, could be a Camaro, Mustang, whatever the heck it is. It could be your plan B car that's not your classic hot rod. I'm not bringing a classic, I'm a modern car guy these days mostly, okay? All I'm telling you is get your vehicle ready and prepped for miles in the summer and a lot of idling, a lot of stopping, creeping through traffic, and idling. If your vehicle's not up for it, don't do it. Use your plan B. I've seen too many cars break down. And yeah, I know it's a badge of honor. You fix your car on the road if you're into that. I'd rather not break down, knock on wood. Your buddy CJ does not like breaking down. So listen. If your car is not up for it and you ain't into breaking down on the side of the road and having to do a repair or fixing it in the hotel parking lot that night, that's up to you. And I'm not going to tell you, guys, if you get jazzed about these things and you enjoy those things, do you. I'm just being real with you that you going on a road trip, you doing miles every day at speed, okay? And then a lot of idling and slow traffic. You gonna be running hot? I seen them dudes running hot with them Oldsmobile Cutlass, that 442 running hot. I don't know. I don't want that to be you overheating, and then next thing you know, the car is being flatbedded home or you towing it home. Look, this is part of the adventure, the Hot Rod Power Tour, but these are the things that you should consider. My other pro tip, okay, let's get back to pro tips. They're going to publish an official route, okay, and typically use Google Maps with your mobile phone, okay, and there's waypoints. Like there's a stop here, there's a turn here, there's a turn here. I'm not going to go into all the details, but if you've never used Google Maps with waypoints and turns, practice with it, okay? Be ready. Have your co-driver get everything loaded and tested and linked in advance, because you don't want to be sitting there frustrated when everybody else is getting ready to go and you're like, oh, where's the route? How do I find the route? Can I get it working on my phone? Oh, how do I load Google Maps? Get all that squared away in advance. That's my pro tip. And then be ready with a plan B, like Waze or Apple Maps, whatever, iPhone Maps. Just be ready. You're going to use Google Maps and follow the official route. And then a word on that, you can follow the official route and see all of the Americana in the little towns and be with 3,000 of your best friends every day, cruising down the road, fellow car guys, and waving at everybody in their lawn chairs. And there's little impromptu car meets everywhere along the way, right? Or you might say, you know what? For day 2 or day 3, I just want to take my own route. I want to put it into Waze, and I want to get some highway miles, and I just want to go straight to the venue. You can do that. Typically I'll mix it up. I don't know what I'll do this year. But all I'm telling you is you don't have to follow the route, obviously. You can follow the route. You can peel out and then go and do your own thing. So those are a few pro tips, guys. The main thing is bring a positive attitude, bring all that good energy, and then I got something special tonight. You ready? I'm fitting to show you. If you do the long haul, check this out. Your buddy CJ showing you the good stuff. Here's my official long hauler from 2022. See, if you make it all the way and you register as a long hauler, you get your credential punched, get one of these. This is a metal sign. Now, I got a couple of these, right? So this was from, 2022, and it's just kind of a nice memento, right? Kind of cool. And then last year, I'll show you last year's. You guys looking at this. Here was last year's sign, all right? Official long hauler. Your buddy CJ did it again last year. I know a lot of you guys did too. Come on, I'm having fun. But here's 2023. As you can see, it's a Corvette. And you get the sign on the last day at the last venue, okay, after you get your credentials stamped. It's very simple. Get your credentials stamped. There's really no formalities. There'll be a tent or multiple tents set up at the different stops, and you go and they'll have a different punch every day, and you just punch your credential. And then when you get to the last stop, you go in there, show them your credential. Boom, they give you your free your signs. And you got to pay for this as a long hauler or one of the packages, and I think they're all sold out. As a matter of fact, I know they're all sold out now. But that's what you get. And if you're not a long hauler, don't feel bad. Here's another pro tip. You finna to get some swag. Stuff we all get. SWAG, swag. Every stop, every venue, there'll be vendors there, whether it's Continental Tires giving out their hats. Come on, how many hats you got? Leave me comments. How many of them Continental Tires hats you guys got? Whoever the various sponsors are, at every single stop, there'll be plenty of freebies. There's also T-shirts. Another pro tip, if you're a T-shirt freak, and I got a closet full of Car Guy T-shirts. My God, I need to stop buying T-shirts. I just wore another one today. I had a McLaren shirt. I put it on. Of course, it was too small for me. Listen, I'm doing my best to get into shape. Come on, don't give me a hard time. But in all seriousness, I had another McLaren shirt I put on today. I never saw this shirt before. I don't even remember where the heck I got it. I got Hot Rod Power Tour shirts. I got ones with Chevelles on them, with Mustangs on them, everything. I got my Molly shirt, the Molly Piston shirt. I'm fitting to wear it again this year. You guys watch when you meet up with your buddy CJ at the venues. I'll be posting, letting you know where I'm at. I'll have some decals and stuff I'll be giving away. All right? Because I want to meet you guys. I want to talk to you on the tour. We're fitting to meet up. I want to check out your car too. But that's a whole other topic. We'll talk about that later. You're going to get a lot of swag on this. Buy your T-shirts early was where I was going. Last year they sold out of a lot of the sizes and a lot of the shirts. Now I know they tried to make good on it. I didn't really pay much attention, but I understand you could buy the shirts after the tour. But if you're like me, I get excited. I want to buy a shirt. I want to throw that thing on in the parking lot. I'm finna to put that 2024 shirt on right in the parking lot, and I'm going to wear it. Probably 2 days in a row. Don't say nothing. But in all seriousness, guys, get there early. Get your shirts, because what happens is they start selling out. You're talking about thousands of people every day, and they don't know what, listen, I'm not criticizing them. They're going to only buy so many shirts. So those are a couple pro tips, guys. Leave me your pro tips. Listen, I'm always open to learn. It's a great experience. Bring your patience. Bring an open mind. Bring out them cars, them incredible hot rods, classic cars, modern cars, sports cars, muscle cars, imports. Whatever you bring to the Hot Rod Power Tour, it's open. Nobody's excluded, but you need to know that it's really a hot rod themed show, heavily focused on the vintage cars and the classics, but a lot of modern stuff as well, and the modern resto mods as well. So, guys, I just wanted to come on here tonight with a couple of those pro tips from your buddy CJ, from the bottom of my heart. I want you to have a good time on Hot Rod Power Tour 2024, but I also wanted to give it to you straight, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I think we covered all that. I gave you my pro tips. I'd love to hear yours. If you have a few others, if you think I missed anything, let me know. Hey, that's what we're here for, to have fun and to talk to each other as automotive enthusiasts do. Hot Rod Power Tour 2024, are you going? You go and leave me comments. Let's link up. Let's meet up on the tour. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to check out your car. Let's hang out. Your buddy CJ is going to sign off for now. That's about it, guys. Give me a like and subscribe. Looking forward to more content, more talk, meeting up with you guys in June on the road, high road to adventure. And until then, guys, I'll speak to you soon. Peace.